One of the biggest mistakes that I see dog trainers make in their business, which leaves thousands of dollars on the table every single month, is how they use auto response emails. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically the automatic reply that gets sent to somebody when they email your business. And it's very important you do this the right way because these are people who quite literally might become a paid client and tell other people about you and leave great reviews about your business. But if you don't do auto response emails the right way, then they're going to drop off before you ever get a chance to speak with them and actually showcase the value of your services to this person. So it's very important that you get your auto response emails right. Otherwise, a ton of leads are going to slip through the cracks and you're going to make a lot less money in your dog training business that you could be making if you knew how to do auto response emails better. So in this video, we're going to cover what not to do in auto response emails and why. Then I'm also going to show you a much better strategy that you can implement as soon as today at no extra cost to your dog training business and literally double the amount of leads that you get from your auto response emails. Now, with that said, if you don't know who I am, my name's Elijah. I'm the owner of a company called IH Pet Marketing. We're an agency who works exclusively with dog trainers, helping them get more clients. We've been doing this for around 3 years. We've generated millions and millions of dollars in additional revenue for our dog training clients. So I know what I'm talking about. With that said, let's go ahead and dive into the video. So let's go ahead and get started with the most common issues. And the first one we have here is that auto response emails tend to simply just be very impersonal. And this is a big problem because people want to work with humans, not businesses, especially in an industry like dog training, where it's a very emotional experience for the dog owner. And it's a kind of a private experience for a lot of dog owners as well. So the problem with automated emails is that you run the risk of making the prospect feel reduced to just another ticket in the assembly line, where it lacks personalization and you create this wedge of distrust between you and the prospect before you ever actually get to speak with this person. So imagine someone sends you a long, emotion-packed email going over their problems, right? They recognize they have a problem. They go online to find a solution. They reach out to you and they click send. And then 5 seconds later, they get an automated response email from you that's 5 paragraphs long and very clearly automated and not tailored to them or their specific situation. You can see how this will create a wedge of distrust and transparency between you and the prospect. And it's not a good first impression to make when someone's inquiring about your services. The next issue we have here is there's simply just too much information in a lot of these auto response emails. And so people do not read, they scan. This is a very important principle to realize. People are in a rush. People are used to short form content on TikTok and Instagram Reels, and they have very short attention spans. When people see a big wall of text, they just bounce out. They just blank out. They're going to back out. They're going to leave. And so with too much information, people will either not read it at all, or even worse, the information you provide in your email will undermine the value of your service. So a big mistake I see you guys make in your auto response emails is that you're trying to pitch your service and sell your service through a text medium where you should be pitching and selling your service over the phone or over a Zoom call or in person at an evaluation, not over an auto response email, because you can only convey the value or quality of your product so much over text. And by giving too much information, you risk undermining the true value of your service. The next common mistake I see dog trainers make in their auto response emails is that they put in way too many call to actions. They follow us on social media, or give us a call here, or send us an email here, or visit our website. There's 5 different actions that you're giving people to take. And when you give people too many choices, they won't make one at all. The next big problem I see is price dropping. So how could someone possibly be confident that you can solve their problem without first knowing their situation? So if you guys are sending auto response emails and covering what your program is and how it works and how much it costs, how can the person who receives that email possibly be confident in your ability to solve their problem when you haven't even spoke to them yet? You don't know their dog, you don't know their situation, but here you are trying to sell them on your program and giving them a $3,000 price point on that program. And this is so important to remember right here, okay? So listen up. Your prospect's perspective on the value of your service can shift dramatically after speaking with you. Don't undermine the value of your service by attaching a price to it before explaining its value. So what I mean by this is who a prospect is right now versus after they're done on a 45-minute call with you can be a completely different person. And through the right sales process with clever questioning, you can build the pain gap that your prospect is feeling and therefore increase the value of your solution through your clever questions. Because you might ask questions on a sales call that they weren't even considering or problems that they weren't even considering. And now that you ask these questions and you bring it up, the prospect goes, man, I didn't actually even think of that. Yeah, this is a big problem. This is actually bigger than I thought. Now you can build the pain gap on that sales call and suddenly your solution is way more valuable. But if you just drop the price in an email, you never get the opportunity to actually understand the prospect's current situation and what their desired outcome looks like and how you can solve it. So these are the most common mistakes inside of auto response emails. They're impersonal, they have too much information in them, there's too many CTAs, and people are trying to sell their services way too early on. And I'm actually going to create a quick diagram to help bring this point home. So you get a lead, and the next step for that lead is for them to take part in a phone consultation with you. And ideally, after the phone consult, they would book an eval, and from the eval, become a new client. Right? This is the standard sales process from a macro perspective for most dog trainers. The problem when you are price dropping in your auto response email and you're giving people all this information about your services and how it works, you are basically trying to skip the phone consult and eval stage of your sales process and go straight from new lead to new client. And it's like you're trying to make way too big of a leap too early on, and you're just going to fall flat. The lead is not ready for that much commitment this early on. They haven't even spoke with you on the phone yet. You have no clue about their situation yet. You don't even know if you can help them yet. And so let's go ahead and dive into a few of the auto response email examples I have here. So with this first email, you can see it's very wordy and information packed. And just by the sheer volume of text that exists in this email is enough to scare people away as soon as they see it. But let's assume someone does actually read through this email. So here in the green, I've highlighted a few of the key problems to this auto response email. And the first problem we have here is that they dropped the price. So they first cover, the benefits of their program and what they do and how it works and their methodology behind training. And then they give you the price and say, this program is 27 to 30 days and costs $22.50. And then they're covering, how to proceed, how it works, your drop off date, and what you can expect from the program. And this is a great example of this diagram I shared just a minute ago, where it's like they have a new lead who reached out to them and they're trying to completely skip this step and turn this lead to a new client straight from the auto response email. It's like, it's just very ineffective. The lead is not ready for all of that commitment. This is going to fall flat. The next example we have here is of an email that is certainly much less text than the last example, but the problem with this one is that they have 5 different calls to action, right? So there's no clear next step for the lead to take. There's 5 different options here. And when you have too many different choices, people are not going to make a choice at all. So you can see here in the teal color, it says for new clients. If you're looking for information on XYZ Dog Training Company, please see the information below. And then they give us 5 different links here. We have a link for pricing. We have a link for in-home quotes. We have a link to check out their services. We have a link to book an appointment for an online session or a training session at the studio. And then we have another link, or it even says, still not sure? If you're hoping to speak with Christina before booking, please book a free 15-minute phone consultation so you can chat about your training needs. Click here to book. Quite honestly, this is the only link that they should have here at all. But this is a good example of an email that has way too many calls to action. And for the third and final example, this one is fairly similar to the first email I shared with you, where there's just way too much information and they're trying to skip the phone consult and eval stage and go straight from lead to new client. So, they welcome the visitor, they cover, how their programs work and how long they last. Then they go over what their assessment is and their pricing for their individual training sessions. And at the end, they say, if this sounds like a good fit for you, reach out so we can begin planning your first session. And again, it's like you're trying to sell your services to a lead who you haven't even spoke with yet through an auto response email. Very ineffective. And then at the bottom here, you can see there is no clear call to action, click here to book or click here to get started. In fact, it just guides them to follow this person on Facebook or on Instagram, which is a very ineffective CTA that doesn't optimize for what you should optimize for in an auto response email, which is simply just to get this person on a call. And so there's a few examples of auto response emails and how not to do them. So now let's go into the solution of what you should be doing instead. So I want to make this very, very clear. Your automated email should only optimize for one thing, and that is booking a phone consultation. When you see emails like this, they're not optimizing for a phone consultation. They're optimizing for a sale, and they're skipping this step. The only thing your auto response email should do is focus on booking the phone consult. So when a lead reaches out to you, and you send them an auto response email, the only thing that auto response email should do is get that lead to book a call with you. And from the call, you will ideally move them through your sales process to an eval, or even from the call going straight to a new client, because I know some of you guys don't require evals. Point being, your automated email should only optimize for one thing, and that is booking a phone consultation. That's all your auto response email should do, which means your email needs to build trust, confidence, and curiosity from your prospect with a call to action guiding them toward the next step. So I have a screenshot here of an example of what you should be doing instead in your auto response emails. Let me go ahead and break this down. So what we have here is a very simple auto response email that consists of nothing but a sentence, a video, and a call to action with a calendar link at the bottom. What we're trying to really do here is create simplicity and an easy medium for the prospect to digest, with a very clear call to action for them to take the next step, right? And so to break this down, the first sentence we have here is, hey there, I'm busy training dogs at the moment, but I'd love to talk and hear more about what's going on with your dog. Please watch the video below for the next steps. It's a very simple sentence that they have to read to know what to do next. And you can even shorten this probably quite a bit to where it's like half the length. But we start off with a very simple sentence that gives them an easy call to action, like, hey there, watch this video for your next steps. They'll watch the video, right? And in this video, it should be no more than 2 minutes long. And I'm going to cover the framework of how you should create this video in just a minute. But this video should be no more than 2 minutes long. So it's a very quick overview of who you are and what you do. So we have this quick, easy sentence giving them a call to action. They click the video, they watch it. And after the video, they will click this link. And in the video, you're also going to tell them that there is a link that exists in the email and that they should click it to book a call with you. So you're going to tell them to do this. It's a call to action you're going to include in your video. And then below that video is a simple call to action. Book your call by tapping the link below. They'll click the link, book a call with you, and next thing you know, you will have a call booked with this prospect. And by doing it this way, not only will it be way more effective because it's just easier for a prospect to digest and you're giving them the simple steps that they need to take, but also you're going to differentiate yourself from all the other trainers because no one else is doing this. And you're going to make yourself look really good to the prospect by standing out in this way. Also, if you do your videos the right way, you're going to be able to prime the prospect for the sales call or the phone consult that's to come in the future. And they'll be more likely to show up to that phone consult and more likely to convert because you've already built this trust with them from this video and you've already primed them for that call ahead. And the cool thing about this is, as you can see, there's an animated effect to the thumbnail here. So it's like very clickable to someone who sees this in their email. All right, now, if you're wondering how I embedded this video in the email, it's super simple. Just go to loom.com and you can download it for free. I think you can create up to like 25 videos for free with Loom. All you have to do is create one. And basically, you're just going to create a quick 2-minute video. You'll upload it to Loom. And when it's uploaded to Loom, you can easily grab the link from the video and then you just paste the link inside of your email and it will automatically open up the thumbnail to look like what you see here. So now let's go ahead and cover the framework of how you should create this video. And again, this video should only be around 2 minutes max. If it's more than 2 minutes, you're saying too much. So really keep this concise. We're going to start the video off by acknowledging the prospect. So you can just say something simple like, if you're watching this video, it's because you need help training your dog. All right, say something simple that's agreeable so the prospect is like, yep, that's me. and then introduce yourself. So if you don't know who I am, my name's Robert. I'm the owner of Robert's Canine Academy. And then give some quick background on who you are, right? Why you got into training, where it all started. Again, this should be very concise though. We're talking like 15 seconds, right? Then once you give some quick background of who you are, dive into who you help. All right. So for the last 15 years, we've been helping dog owners in XYZ city. And then you can even add some credibility to it. If you have hundreds of 5-star reviews, make sure you mention that in the video. If you have a bunch of nice certifications that lend credibility to your competence, then make sure you go over those certifications as well. And then discuss the outcome of working with you. So it's like, go over who you help, right? So we help dog owners in XYZ city deal with problems like X, Y, and Z so that they can have friends over without worrying about their dog jumping on guests, or so that they can enjoy calm walks without their dog leash pulling or being reactive towards other people or dogs. And ideally, the outcome aligns with the desired outcome that most prospects have when it comes to their dog. And then just quickly explain the phone consultation and give them a call to action. So go ahead and tell the prospect in the video, for us to help you, I need to know a bit more about your current situation. I want to know more about the history of your dog, what the issues are that you've been dealing with, so that I can confidently prescribe you a solution that fits your current situation. It's like quickly explain the phone consult and the reason behind it, and then just give them a simple call to action. So explain the phone consultation and why you do it, and let them know that inside of the email below this video, there will be a link where they can book a call with you to discuss more about their dog and what's going on. And that's really all this is. So just to kind of open up this example one more time here. So all you're doing is giving them a quick call to action to watch the video, right? They'll watch the video. It should only be about 2 minutes long. And almost everyone is going to watch this video because it's so much different than what anyone else is doing. You can't help but click on this animated GIF here. You got to see what this video is about. No other trainers are doing this. So a lot of people will click the video and watch it. And then just simply give them a breakdown of this framework here. And you give them a call to action at the end of the video to click this link that is beneath the video where they can book a call with you. And next thing you know, you will have meetings booked on your calendar. So that's it for today's video. If you are using auto-response emails, go ahead and implement the strategy that I just showed you. I promise it will book way more meetings for you. And when it does, make sure you come back to this video and leave a comment letting me know how it worked out for you. I would love to know. Now, if this seems a bit too technical for you or you want some help, I would love to talk. Feel free to click the link below this video. Fair warning, it's going to take you to a video of me pitching our services to you if you click that link. So if you don't want to be pitched, don't click the link. Either way, I'm super happy you made it this far in the video. If you liked it, go ahead and leave a like, and I will see you in the next one.